Hey there, Wendy. Great speaking with you earlier today. So in this video, I am going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. Again, my name is Seleni McGregor, and I work with business owners across the state of Utah. I'm actually based out of Utah County myself. So I put together this quick custom video for you just about your online presence and specifically how you stack up against your competition. I'm sure at this point you're most likely sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this and what's the catch here? Well, that is a fair question. What I have found is that most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business. They might be swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, or just staying on top of jobs that many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried underneath all of the other to-dos. And let's be real, half the time the only reason you may not have hired an agency yet is because you don't know who to trust or know who is truly an expert. So that is exactly why I make videos like this. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things that they can do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni, can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, then shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video, you simply want to take this free attack plan that I give to you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now let's cover the 3 things that are going to set Raptor Roofing above your competition. First would be content, second citations, and third backlinks. So first up is content. So since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you do, it needs to be told through your content. Content is basically anything here that you can see here on your homepage that is highlighted. So this could be text, it could be pictures, what pictures are saved as, what's behind the pictures. All of that can be considered, sorry that went fast. All of that can be considered content. Now to give you an example of what I'm talking about, if we were to do like a right click and save as for this image, we can see here that it's titled like untitled design. Let's see, probably save as. Same thing here. So alternatively, instead of a name like this would be a great way to actually be able to leverage high volume keywords by using those here in your detailed image descriptions. Again, all of these things are things that the Google bots can read and basically get an idea of what is this business, what services are they targeting, what services are they targeting, what area are they servicing, and that is all going to position you in the search rankings for somebody to find the services that you offer. Now again, the goal is having unique and authoritative content, and you've got to be able to have enough of it to add in the right keywords and key phrases. That way somebody is finding what they're looking for when they're searching. Most business owners know that they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank #1 on Google for like roofing, for instance, the average content count is about 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage. Again, while making sure that it has the right keywords and phrases that your customers are actually searching for. So when I copied your content here and plugged it into a tool, I can see that your homepage is sitting around 421 words here on your homepage. Now, when I actually jump over, we've got a couple of competitors that I was kind of taking a brief look at. I know you mentioned the Spanish Fork area. And so Bartlett Roofing is actually showing up in the like #1 organic spot right now. But I didn't want to focus a ton with them tonight, just because I actually wanted to focus a little bit more on where I'm actually seeing some of the higher search volume, which would be in the Provo area. I know you mentioned servicing Utah County. These guys are kind of heart of Utah County there in Provo, and Provo does have a higher search volume for roofing needs as well. And I guess a quick plug with all that as well. I understand like from your website, you guys don't just do roofing. It looks like you guys are doing restoring, remodeling, custom projects, commercial, says you do it all. But I know based on your name and more of the services that are listed here, it's more so roofing. And then I know you guys just added lighting as well. But anyways, this video is based on roofing tonight, just to try to keep it as short as possible. Obviously, the research I'm doing can be done for any service area. It can be done for any specific service. But tonight I just am focusing mostly on Provo and roofing here for you. So kind of jumping over based on what I was seeing here from one of your top competitors there in like the top 3 positions right now here in Provo. When I copied their content from their website and plugged it into my same tool, I can see that they're around 1,200 words on their homepage. Again, much closer to that minimum of 1,500, but they are using the right keywords and phrases for them to be able to get found, which is helping them increase in their rankings there. I also did want to just mention real quick as I was running through your site here, I thought it was really commendable and just really cool how involved you guys seem to be with the community. Thought it was really cool that you guys are sponsoring this and allowing people to donate here. And then as well, I saw some scholarships going out. So really cool that you guys are sponsors here in the community. I think that's really cool to be able to tie community together, and so I just really love what you guys are doing there. Okay, jumping kind of back over as we are still talking about content. We're actually going to jump over into one of my tools. This is called Ahrefs. It's a super cool tool. It basically gives me behind the scene details that Google's looking at when it comes to ranking a site, so I can get a pretty good idea of what's working well for you and your competition. So I do have your competition here from Provo plugged in, and right off the bat I'm able to see how many keywords their website is being found for with Google, and roughly what type of traffic that's driving to their site every single month. Now, since we're talking about content, we're going to spend some time and specifically go into these keywords here. We can take a look at the exact keywords that they are ranking for and what customers are searching for every month. So to help just kind of be able to see this, we're going to highlight some of the Provo keywords here. Again, like I said, this can be done for any location, but right now we're just focusing on Provo. You can see here they're ranked in some of the higher positions here. This is currently showing 4. Like I said, I believe that they're showing number 2. We'll have to look at that again when we go over to Google, but just kind of give you an example. They are ranking the high positions, their first page for Provo roofing. That keyword alone gets 70 search volume every single month. This one again, roofing Provo, 60 searches every single month. Roofers Provo, 40 searches every month. We've got siding with 40. So it kind of gives you an idea of some of the different Provo keywords that they are being found for. And of course, this is not an exhaustive list. This is just specifically what they are being found for here. And obviously, with dealing with roofing specifically, I mean, these are pretty good numbers to be able to see just how many people are actually searching for different roofing needs. What would that do to your business if you guys were able to capture all of that traffic, or even just a percentage of that traffic to your website? Now we're actually going to jump over here. Same tool. I've got your URL plugged right in here. We can see the same type of overview, how many keywords are being found on your website and what type of traffic it's driving every single month. Obviously, there's nothing to show here because really right now, basically based on this tool, Google is not finding what your site is about based on your current content. So again, it's just not hitting what your ideal customers are actually typing in, and so it's not pushing you to the top for some specific keywords. So again, the first thing that you would need to do to help beat out your competition online is making sure to get your site to minimum of 1,500 keyword-rich content on your homepage. Because again, that's what's helping drive your competitor's business over here, and it is 100% beatable if you're able to get this done. Now, we're going to talk about the second thing that I was going to talk about, which is citations. So if we jump over here into Google, I do have one of the keywords plugged in here. I've got roofers, Spanish fork plugged in. Of course, the first thing that we always see here is the ads section. Here's the thing with ads. Ads can definitely work, but they could also be a money pit if your website's not dialed in, or if customers are using an ad blocker. So just be really careful to not burn through your money on Google Ads unless you know for sure that your site is going to convert. But we're actually going to jump down here below the ads. We're going to jump in here into the coveted map section. Now, this area has a lot to do with the second important thing that we're going to talk about again, which is citations. So you're probably asking yourself, okay, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Well, great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably used this section and maybe even thought to yourself, how in the world can I get my business up on here? Especially being in the Spanish Fork area, I was a little bit shocked to not see you guys ranking in the top positions here. But really the biggest thing that really allows what Google looks at to get you here into the top 3 spots, the number one thing it looks at is citations. So again, what is a citation? Well, citation is just your business name, address, and phone number listed on as many online directories like these. The thing is having citations, it helps Google to be able to verify your business, and then it gives relevance to your local business. So to push you guys here in the top 3 spots on the Map Pack, you really need to increase your citation game. Of course, there's more optimizations that also come into your Google business profile, but citations plays a huge role. Again, getting citations from authoritative and industry-specific sites helps your credibility boost, You gain more trust from Google, therefore pushes you here above your competition. Now this is Spanish Fork specifically. Since I know I did say we're focusing on Provo, I've got another keyword plugged in here, roof replacement Provo. That was one that had a decent search volume there as well. You can see here, same thing, of course, the ads like I had mentioned. And then you can see here who's showing up in the top 3 spots. Same thing would apply here with citations. Now, again, you might be asking yourself, okay, but how do I actually go get those citations? Well, there are paid tools like White Spark or Bright Local that'll tell us exact directories that your competition is listed on here, and then we can go out and match what directories they're on. But of course, we don't want to just match them, we want to dominate them. So what we have seen is with most roofing companies that are ranked here at the top, we usually see them anywhere from, 50 to 200 citations, just depends on the location and competition level. So if you're pushed down below that, maybe second, third, fourth page, you might only have 10 to 30 citations. So we not only need to go get those citations that'll match your top competitors, but then we need to beat them out online. Now, let's talk about the last thing that I wanted to go over with you today, which is backlinks, often called link juice. And this third pillar is really going to help you dominate here on Google. So again, when I've got this keyword plugged in here, roof replacement Provo, again, I said I had some search volume in the area. Down below the ads, below the map pack, we get to this area. So this is called the organics listing section down here. Obviously, you can see your site's not ranked as number 1, and we usually don't count Home Advisor, but then number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're not listed anywhere here on the first page of Google. Now, ideally, we'd love to be in the first 3 spots because Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses here on Google get about 75% of the clicks, meaning that most of your potential customers are choosing one of these first 3 results and are never making it down to your listing. So in order to get here, you've got to beat out your competition in every aspect. You need authority. Now, I wanted to also show you over here in Spanish Fork, just because I know we keep kind of toggling back and forth here, but same thing in the organic listing section down here. Again, for this specific keyword, you've got BBB showing up first, and we've got Bartlett here, typically is who we would count as like the number 1 organic here. And then we've got a couple others that we typically don't really look at just because they are just the paid leads that get shared amongst all the competitors here. And then these guys aren't even actual roofers. They're just putting some like roof restoration here. So really, it's down to like this point of a second organic competitor here in the Spanish Fork area. But again, you guys aren't even showing up right here specifically for that keyword. Again, right here in Spanish Fork. So again, with authority, this is really what's going to help you here. And this is where the backlinks come into play. Basically, just think of backlinks like when one website links to another website online. Easiest way to think about that is basically like a popularity contest back in high school. So you want to get the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest, the business with the most relevant authority or link juice wins. And I do say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal. So you guys are roofers, right? You wouldn't want to get a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you because you don't make ice cream. Although that would be tasty, that backlink would be kind of useless to you. But if you had one from a local blog or industry specific site, that would be much more effective. Now again, let's jump back over here into my tool. I can see right now that you guys have 2 whole backlinks being pointed back to your website. It's not bad. It's more than 0, so it's a start. It's just not dominant. When we look over here at your competitor, let's see, let's jump back into their overview. Again, VP Roofing there in Provo. Did I click that? There we go. You can see here that they have 209 backlinks being pointed back to their website. Let me just go ahead and refresh this and make sure that is accurate here because that error came up. Yep, 209 backlinks being pointed back to their website. And when I looked at them, some are from very strong, relevant sources. So again, how do we get these? Well, here with my tool, I can actually dive in specifically and I can see the exact links that are being pointed back to their website and go get those same ones, if not higher quality sites, to be pointing back to your website. Again, this is very beatable with time. So getting you here to the top of Google is not magic. It's just a tried and true method, and I have shown you that exact method today. So again, the 3 things that you can do today to help grow your online presence is first, focusing on your content, getting it to at least the 1,500 words, using the right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for so that your company gets found. Second is citations, just getting your name, address, and phone number listed on as many online directories as possible to beat out your competition by a landslide. And lastly, just making sure that you're focusing on getting more relevant, high quality links pointing back to you. That way you show Google that you are the authority. Again, if you implement these strategies today, you can be number one across Google. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent small businesses might be on third-party companies like Angie's List. I also know how painful it is to pay for leads that are shared amongst your competitors. Well, I have shown you today, it gives you control over your leads and gives you an actionable plan, having clients come straight to your door without this broker in between. So I'm sure you're wondering at this point, okay, well, what now then? Well, you really have a few options. First, if you feel like you cannot handle any more clients every month, you guys are already just swimming in customers, totally fair. Just send me a quick note telling me you watched the video, tell me your thoughts about it. I would super appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you guys are ready to grow, you can take the 3 strategies that I gave you today and you can implement them on your very own. I gave you the exact formula that businesses pay tons of dollars to have, and it is all yours to use to help your company. Now, if you found this information valuable, and if you're still one of those business owners to still raise their hands for the most effective route, just go ahead and respond to my email and we will set up a time to chat. Once again, my name is Seleni and I look forward to your feedback, Wendy. Hope you have a great night.